Hey guys, what's going on? It's xdeadlysmoorex here, and welcome back to part 47 of our Just Cause Still Let's Play. In the last episode, Laura and Fee had their little dueling session, and somehow Rena Marcus got roped into it, and then they got in trouble. Then the next day we got our tasks,
right,
and we set about doing. We did one of them, and we're in the process of doing one and about to start the mandatory one today. So the task we did yesterday was called Oh No No No, which was basically helping someone find their lost kitten. And then the other one that we started or in the process of was basically testing out some shoes for boutique for La Sage. Or a company called Strager. So yeah, we're in the process of that, and in today's episode we're gonna be talking to this guy and seeing out what monster he wants us to take down. So let's get into it. Excuse me, would it be possible to speak to the person in charge here? Person in charge, huh? You're looking at him. Something I can help you with? Can't imagine what would draw a bunch of students to the port. We're here on a request from the Imperial Governor. We've been informed that there's a monster around here that needs to be dealt with. Oh, you guys are here about that? I just sent this request at City Hall yesterday. Didn't think they'd get anyone here out here that quickly. I'll bet this is my father's doing. The sheer coincidence of this has his fingertips all over it. Well, he is the Imperial Governor after all. He can pull strings. Ah, are you Governor Regnit's son? You must be really proud to have such a hard-working dad like that. Yes, I am. Anyway, what would we be willing to explain? Would you be willing to explain the particulars of your request to us? Sure, no problem. There's a doorway over there. We know the monster's lurking somewhere in there. It leads to an old underground passage, and lately we've been hearing the howls of some beasts down there. Old underground passage, you say? You think it's... Might be the same tunnels we went into from the hotel yesterday. It does seem that the network of passageways runs under most of the city. Regardless, it seems the howling monster is to be our target this time. Might I ask where we can gain access to the underground passage? Is there a problem? This has been bugging me. I think there's I think it's something in the way you talk, but you're not a noble, are you? I am, but how does that impact our ability to do what you've requested? Maybe it doesn't, but still, you damn nobles live the high life looking down on us common folk. I can't really bring myself to ask for help from people who think they're born better than us. What? I'm sorry, I find myself a pretty strong foothold in this part of the city. Yeah, but is there any real surprise? Actually, if that bothers you too, I should mention I'm a noble too. Granted, I'm from a pretty distant part of the Empire, but still. You're kidding me, right? Our class is actually made up of both commoners and nobles. I'm a commoner myself, but Rena and Laura here have always gone out of their way to help me. Laura's skilled with a sword, and her commitment to her duty is second to none. She'd never dream of looking down on people or giving less than her all. Ugh. Elliot, Fee. My friends are telling the truth. My father was the one who assigned us this task, so if you feel you can trust his judgment. Sorry, you're right. You came out of your way to give us a hand, but it's hard to shake old beliefs. Here, I'll leave this with you. Head further along the port and go through the door you find. That'll take you to the underground passage. The layout's pretty complicated, and there's water flowing down there too, so watch your step. You have my thanks. It's nothing. I'm sorry about treating you so rudely. I should have been a better man than that. I always thought nobles and commoners were oil and water, but I guess there are some good nobles out there after all. I agree. Alright, we got ourselves a monster to exterminate. Let's head down to the tunnels. Ready when you are. Before we go, I want you all to know that I really appreciate what you said. Especially you, Fee. Didn't expect that I'd ever hear you stick up for me. It truly made me happy.
No need to thank me.
There's no chance for telling the truth. Well, if you insist. I said these two have really patched things up. Well, I'll take that any day compared to what we had before. Alright, let's start by finding the door that leads to the underground. Yeah. Oh. Use the key. Looks like it open. If our last trip into these towns is anything to go by, it's not going to be easy. Indeed, we should make sure we're thoroughly prepared. Right. Let's open that sucker. Oh dear. Oh, sorry about that, guys. So I think the main objective, obviously the main objective is take down the monster, but I think what we're going to do in today's episode is explore the passage and then get up to the boss monster, and I think that's where we'll call it for today. Seems like this was built in the Middle Ages too. Just like that passage we were in yesterday. Do you think they're connected? Even if they were, they're so far apart I doubt we could ever find the white side tunnels from yesterday. I can see running water too. Looks like the poor thief was right. This area seems like it's connected to some kind of waterway. Maybe it's even connected directly to the Anno River. Judging by the sound of the water echoes, this passage is wider than yesterday's. Just as gloomy though, it's gonna be rough. Yeah, no one was expecting it to be smooth going. But at least you and Laura can link with each other. That should make our battles much easier for all of us. Yeah. If you're looking for a chance to make up for all the worrying you've caused us, well, there you go. Leave it to us. I'm looking forward to repaying our debts to you all. Looks like those two didn't waste much time putting their past behind them. I'm gonna have to be careful if they don't leave me in the dust. 7th Rhapsody! Actually a really sick S-craft. If I remember, that's actually a really good aircraft.
Now's our chance. Let's get it. Here we go.
A little bit.
I'll handle it.
Oops.
Right. Now. Got it.
Okay, that was tough.
Nice work, though.
Oh dear. Sorry about the yawning, guys.
I'll handle it.
Fairly tired, but I'll try and do my best to make sure I don't
Right.
sound dead to the world, as they
Too
say.
slow. Okay.
Here we go. We'll cut our
Yes,
own
I know
path.
she had a 0 art there, but she literally has no offensive arts whatsoever, so kind of pointless. Even a support arts would be kind of pointless because it was the last
Now's
one.
our chance.
So
Let's
Okay.
get him. Right. Now.
Broken.
Go.
Right.
get rid of these
I'll handle it.
slaughterfish.
Of course.
No, they're crocodiles, but still. I'll call them
Now's our
slaughterfish because that's
I'll bet you up.
kind of what I associate them with.
My turn. Got it.
An opening. My turn. That's that. Let's keep moving.
Nice. Just set fire to the fish. Yeah, you get 20 CP for killing an enemy.
Hey,
Which means, because it might have been going up from 5, so it might be getting like 25 if he reaches level 5 with the quartz.
Now's our
No,
chance.
master
We can
here
quartz.
we
do
go.
this.
Now's our chance.
I'll bet you
You're
up.
done.
My turn. Okay.
So, I know I might have said this in the last
Yes, we're safe.
episode, but yesterday I managed to finish Charles of Cold Steel 2.
All
And
right.
if we're comparing both games, like Charles of Cold Steel 1 and 2, I did buy 3 today as well, and I'm on like I just finished the prologue of it, so I can't really say much for it. But but if we're comparing
That looks like a tough one.
1
Be
and
careful.
2, I'd say I prefer 2.
This looks tough.
Kind of
Careful.
that now, considering that
Go.
most game franchises I like, I kind of
My
prefer
turn.
Now.
You're open.
the second
I'll
one.
handle it.
My turn. Now's our chance.
Anyway,
I'll bet you up.
My turn.
You still have a lot of training to do.
I think it's because this game takes a long time to get into the story, like the meat of the story, and I can understand why. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, because they do like it's a slow burn really at the beginning, and then it starts to heat up fairly quickly. But as I said, I can understand
I wonder when that mechanism was made.
why
I'm
the
guessing a few
story
hundred years ago at least.
is at the
Probably during the
beginning
Dark-
is a slow burn.
They've caught us off guard. Watch out!
Go.
Because it's a new world, you have to establish
Sit. Right.
you have to establish the world and the characters, so it makes sense for it to be
Let's go.
Got it. Right.
a slow story at the beginning.
Eat that. Here we go. Ha.
My turn.
So
Now.
Gotcha.
My turn.
yeah, and I think, well,
my turn.
I'm trying to think about how to explain it.
Go.
With
Of course. Evil will fall before my blade.
to me, the story
Success.
in this one, Chosen of Code Still 1, the story begins to pick up
Bring it on.
My turn.
around
Okay.
like towards
Here we
like
go.
the end of
Go.
I'll bet you
this
up.
chapter 4,
Too slow. I'll handle it.
Right.
and then we just start getting
Evil
more and
will
more
fall
stuff
before my blade.
Great.
for the story, which is good. But Chosen of Code Still 2 it's a continuation of Chosen of Code Still 1. Obviously, it's a
A
sequel.
challenging foe. We should engage it with care.
But you're almost literally thrown straight back into the story,
Watch out. This is go.
which is what I love.
Sit.
Okay.
My turn.
My turn.
So, and also the few
Here we go.
tweaks to the
My turn.
combat mechanics as well is a nice touch.
Here we go. Ha.
My turn.
My turn.
My turn.
Here we go.
Also, some of
Now's our chance.
the new
I'll bet you
outfits
up.
that they
My
get,
turn.
the characters
You
in
still
Class
have a
7
lot
get
of
given.
training to do.
Some of them are really good. Like especially Eustace's one. Eustace and Elise's outfits are really good. Guy's isn't too
Enemies
bad.
ahead.
Here we go.
Have
Sit.
to
Now's
fight.
our chance.
I'll bet you
You're
up.
done.
My turn.
My turn.
So yeah.
My turn. Sit. Now's our chance.
I'll bet you
You're
up.
done.
My turn.
Right.
I don't really want to say much else
My
in
turn.
case
I'll handle it.
in case of like spoilers, you know.
Here we go.
Though I probably
course.
most of you have
You
who
still
are
have a
watching
lot
this
of
have
training
played
to
Chosen
do.
Cold Steel 2, so I want to know your opinions of down in the comments for like what one you prefer, 1, 2, or 3. I don't mind.
Advantage
From
is
what
ours.
I've played
Got it.
of
An opening.
3 so
Here we go.
far,
Sit.
combat's
Right.
interesting.
Okay.
It's still like basic
Targets
similar.
eliminated.
It's similar to
Let's
what we
get
had in
Not
1
bad.
and 2. Just like I think something a little bit have been taken out and then they've added something new in there. The story, can't say much on the story as I'm only in like chapter 1. Not even that far into chapter 1. Literally just finished the prologue kind of into chapter 1. But
The advantage is
at
right.
the moment is all I can say
My turn.
for it.
Now.
An opening.
It's over.
I
Here we
mean,
go.
yeah, it's a big old
I'll
time
bet you up.
skip.
Right.
Because if you don't know, there's a time skip between 2 and 3 and between 2 and 3. It's like a 2-year time skip.
An opening.
My turn.
And in the middle of that, you get given
My
like
turn.
all this like fresh information. It's like, whoa, hold on.
I'll handle it.
Right.
I know Chosen
My
Cold Steel
turn.
1 gave us like some information about like
My turn.
My
whatever
turn.
happened like in the
We'll
past,
cut
but this
our
is
own
like a
path.
2-year time skip of like characters we've like grown to like appreciate and like, and you've just
I did it.
dumped all this on us.
Is that a treasure chest?
Also, one of the
Bring it
characters is a
on.
massive pain in the arse. I don't like him at
Of
the
course.
moment. He's that game's version of Marcus at
turn.
the beginning for me. Don't worry, I know I rambled on about
Here we go.
how I hated Marcus in the beginning. I don't hate him anymore.
Too slow. I'll handle it.
Yes, he's still my least favourite male character in Class 7, but
course.
that's because I find most of the male characters in Class 7 really good. or two
My
in
turn.
particular, but that was
Done.
kind of a wasted 0
But
arts.
we can't relax yet.
He needs to be healed. So I've got this shit. Heal ring as well. But yeah, one of them is just, oh, he's so annoying.
Now's our chance. We can do
I'll
this.
handle it.
Right. Ha!
Go!
One of them acts like
Right.
acts like a really typical Cinderella, like kind of
I'll
like,
handle it.
you know how
Got it.
An opening. My turn.
oh, how Elisa acted
Go!
during
We'll
like
cut our own path.
the incident at the old schoolhouse, like
Done.
between then and then like the first school trip, the first field trip. That's kind of what she's acting like at the moment, and doesn't really change from what I've seen. I haven't seen much of it. In fact, I haven't seen anything on Chosen Cold Steel 3. So,
Advantage
and
is
even
ours.
like,
My turn.
because they did like,
My turn.
you know, in this game, like
My
the
turn.
prologue beginning thing is like
Okay.
you going through
My
Gorelia
turn.
Fortress.
Of course. Ha!
They kind of did something They did something similar to that
My
for
turn.
the beginning of
Now.
Cold Steel 3,
An opening.
It's over.
Go!
and
Go!
it
I'll
doesn't
pick you up.
look like
Okay.
they changed a lot.
Target's eliminated.
Bear in mind,
Let's get going.
in terms of Cold Steel 3, from like where you start and where that like beginning prologue mission is, and like where you actually fully start the game is like a 3-month period. So, at the moment it is. At the moment, the story seems. I can also say, like in Treasure Cold Steel 3, Chancellor Osborne is a massive arsehole.
The advantage is ours.
My turn.
I mean, I know he's an arsehole anyway. Like
My turn.
Of course. Ha!
My
he
turn.
seemed like, but in like
we
this
did
game,
it.
added in 2, I mean, don't really see him in 2 at all. He seemed like an okay guy. Like you could understand, like he wants to like give commoners more like respect and all of that. But A, the way he
Now's
does
our
it in
chance.
that
We can
is
do
like
this.
an arsehole thing to do.
Here we go.
And B,
Right.
he is a massive like.
Okay. Hostiles
He's
neutralized.
essentially a bully,
Guess we're
is
safe.
what Chancellor
Right.
Osborne is. Because in Charles of Cold Steel 2, you get to hear
The
a certain
advantage is
person's
ours.
backstory, and it involves the
Here
Chancellor,
we go.
and
My
you can
turn.
and you get to see like how much he pushes
My
his
turn.
own like ideals
My
on
turn.
on like other people.
Right. Hi. You still have a lot of training to do.
Still doesn't excuse what happens in this game or in Charles of Cold Steel 2.
Bring it on.
What
My
eventually
turn.
happens,
Now's a chance.
I'll
but
pick you up.
Of course. Hi.
Okay.
oh, it's hard to say without
opening.
like
It's
spoiling
over.
it for people that haven't like played the game
Here we go.
or seen
Okay.
anything on it.
Target's eliminated. Let's get going.
Yeah, I can't really say much.
We're out of formation.
Behold, my most powerful radiant blade dance.
Let's get out of here.
Here's a performance just for you.
This is Elliot's S-Craft, 7th Rhapsody. Really good, I like it.
7th Rhapsody.
Spins up and then
Been a wonderful audience.
nice, they're gone.
Flames, gavel on my strike.
Here we go. Sylphid Din. That's that.
Yeah.
My turn.
My turn.
Right. Hi. You still have a lot of training to do.
Nice. Is that done? What was can I say about this game? Oh, that's not including spoilers. Well, the character development for like the characters in this game are really good. Like there's the subtle character growth between Eustace and Marcus,
Advantage
where
is
they
ours.
still
Okay.
like they'll never be best friends.
My
That
turn.
much is obvious.
My turn.
But they
My turn.
kind of like accept each other as like rivals, kind of,
Here we go.
which is kind of
My
good.
turn.
Not kind of
My
good. It
turn.
is good because it shows growth
Okay.
for both of them.
My turn.
You've got the whole
Now's a
growth
chance.
with
I'll beg you
You're
up.
done.
My
Laura
turn.
having that in the first field study, kind of having the
My
mini
turn.
like falling out with
I'll
Reen,
handle it.
My turn.
and then
That's the
make
power
out
of the 8
practically the
leaves.
next day. And then you got the
Success.
whole Laura and Fee situation
A-plus
that we
outcome.
had resolved in the last episode. There was the Reen and Elisa situation, which then helped, which made Elisa realise that she was being a bit too childish.
Enemies ahead.
Right.
You have to fight.
My turn.
Let's get to character growth. Not much.
My turn.
Not really many people really get character growth,
I'll
I'd
handle
say.
it.
My turn.
Go.
My
Just
turn.
trying to think. It's in
everybody
class 7
okay?
mostly. Patrick actually gets a really nice character growth as well in the story. Not in this one, mainly in 2, where you see him a bit more. No, yeah, in 2, Judge Codswallop 2 is where his character like kind of comes around. The fucking button's right there.
Oh, what a nice looking treasure chest.
Oh, excuse me, guys. Give that to Elliot, actually. Just get rid of Frost Edge, give him Tyrrell. That works. Way 3, let's go.
This place seems like it goes on forever.
My father sure gave us a real humdinger of a job to deal with.
Well, I'm sure we must be getting close now.
Let's get this over with.
My turn.
Stop it, Fee. You're gonna
My
start.
turn.
You're still gonna make me yawn as well now.
Okay.
I might as well, considering that was a crit one. I could have taken
Here
out
we
a
go.
lot of them. So
My turn.
My turn.
Too slow.
nice, steady replacement.
My turn.
Love that. Love that.
Now.
An opening. When we fight together,
No one stands a chance.
I did it.
You did. Well done, Elliot. Forward. This way. Okay. Gotcha, bitch.
Advantage is ours. Okay.
Here we go.
Oh, come on, Rain.
I'll handle it.
I probably had
My
one
turn.
of the worst like
Now's a chance.
I'll beg you up.
hit rates
My turn.
in Charles Cold in my recent Charles of Cold Steel 2
Okay.
Let's Play, because no one was hitting anyone.
Done. But we can't relax yet.
Probably because I might have to stick like accuracy gems or whatever on people, or accuracy quartz on people, but can't be asked.
That looks like a tough one. Be careful.
a worthy adversary.
Plus,
Okay.
they're also like
My turn.
accuracy
Right.
increasing.
Let's go.
Got it.
Oh,
I'll handle
what do you call it?
Here we go.
My turn.
Accessories. That's the word.
Is everybody okay?
Yep. We're gonna keep moving forward. Let's go. Also, I remember there's like one really. I find it bad. I mean, it does. It on paper it looks good,
Advantage
like
is
the
ours.
master quartz
My
you
turn.
can find in here.
Here we go.
But to
Right.
me, it's kind of
Right.
Okay.
not good.
My turn.
Of course.
Hey. Right.
Basically,
All right, let's
it's
keep going.
the master quartz is called Taurus, and what it does is it increases your attack
Is that a
power.
treasure chest?
With the drawback being that you have to wait longer in turn counts. Like, not really turn counts. Like the wait line, you have to wait like a little bit longer. So I was like, okay, that makes sense if you're going to increase the power, like give it a bit of a
I'll
drawback.
handle it.
Here we go.
See, the problem is that would fit Laura really well, except for the fact that her starting quartz,
My turn.
her starting master quartz, Brave,
Here we go.
not Brave, I think
Now's
it's
your chance.
Force.
I'll back you up. Right.
After this battle's done.
My turn.
My turn.
But yeah, her starting
My
master
turn.
quartz she gets
Go.
is probably
We'll cut
her
our own
best
path.
one. Yeah, Brave, that's it. Reen has Force. Laura gets Brave. Because once it gets to level 5, which is the maximum for any quartz, Laura gets a plus, gets a 5-turn strength boost, and the strength boost she gets is 50%. That for the starting turns, which is really good, and considering how powerful Laura is,
Enemy sighted.
Right.
Take him out.
that's ridiculously
Of course.
strong.
Here we go.
So yeah,
I'll
Taurus would be
handle it.
good, but she'd be hitting less often.
An opening.
And I'd rather Laura hit more often
You're
with the power that she
finished. Okay,
has.
that
Nice
was
work,
tough.
though. Great.
Yes, it'll decrease her power, but I'd rather have the plus 5 turns I can get with it.
Watch out, guys!
My turn. Now's a chance.
I'll back you up.
I'll handle it.
These
Of
Master
course.
Quartz, eh.
Okay, got it.
I just keep
An
Raven
opening.
because it suits her.
When we
No
fight
one stands
together,
a chance.
Marcus's I just keep his iron because it suits him. I think Eustace's I keep the same. I think guys,
is that a treasure chest?
this is Taurus.
I welcome all challengers.
What we can do. Fuck it. If I can get as many of them as I can. Especially
Flames,
with those.
gavel on my path. Strike.
Get rid of them. That's better.
Okay.
Right.
Right. Hi.
I'll handle it.
Right.
Right. Ha!
My turn.
My turn.
Elliot, I gave him
My
Mobius,
turn.
but honestly, his starting quartz is probably good for him as well.
Hostiles neutralized. Guess we're safe.
Guys, I don't know if his
I've
starting
only just
one is...
begun.
No, I think Guys' starting one is
Success.
Falco. And then if you give him Wing, it actually makes it better because it actually makes him more of a dodge god than he already is. Yeah, this is it. Taurus. Damage of regular attacks raised is multiplied 1.5 times, but your delay after attack multiplied by 2, so you're waiting 2 times longer to hit. Effectively 1.5 times better. Not worth it. It's not worth it in my eyes.
Now's our chance. We can
My
do this.
turn.
Here we go.
It'd
My
be
turn.
useless on someone like
We should
Fee.
keep going.
I mean, I could see the argument for giving it to Laura, but I'd still say Brave is the best one to go for her. Then, yeah, guys, Falco's
Now's
good,
a chance.
My
Let's
turn.
go.
and then once you get
Go.
Wing, just give it to him because
Go.
Dodge God.
I'll back you up.
My turn.
Elisa actually has
turn.
a few that you could
My
probably
turn.
give to her,
Here we go.
and she'd make work.
Right. Ha!
You could probably
Okay.
give Elisa. I mean,
Here
her
we go.
starting one isn't too bad. You
That's
probably
that.
covered
Let's
that.
keep moving.
There's Mobius, which is really good, which I think I have. Which Elliot doesn't have one, does he? No, it's canon. I was pretty sure I got Mobius. Yeah, which Emma has. It increases the potency of heat. Wait, that does? I thought, okay. Huh. Maybe it's not as good as I thought it was. Oh, oh no, Ares is good for Elisa. I think I gave her Mobius because it gave her dark matter and it makes her ATS better. Yeah, give Elliot Mobius. So Elliot can either work with Cannon or Mobius, just depends on what you fancy really. Yeah, Falco is Gaius' original one, and then Wing makes him so much better. Because not only, as you see, it prevents his abnormal status down, and then his evasion goes up as well. It's great. Reen's Force works well until you can get, there's one that's called, I think it's Cat Z, which just, once you get that to level 5, just, you absorb any like art attack that's thrown your way. It's ridiculous. But back to Elisa, you could give her yeah, Ares is good, but I'm gonna get, when we get back, I'm gonna give her Criminal, just because it works so well for her.
Of course. Let's get this over with.
And the reason I give her Criminal is because hey, it gives her an increased output, or increased critical chance, should I say, of art attacks, and her HS is already ridiculously high as it is. So
Okay.
it makes sense,
Target's
right?
eliminated. Let's get going.
All right.
Basic math, if you will, kind of do what it says on the tin, kind of thing. Yeah, I might see if I can find another one that's good for Reen, because Catsy's fine, but at the point where you get it, no one uses arts on you, so kind of silly. But to be honest, Force might actually be his best one. Like, most of the starting courses are really good. But yeah, I think this is where we're going to end it off for today's episode. So that giant crocodile monster thing behind Reen is what we're going to be taking on in the next episode. So yeah, in this episode we talked to the for a recap, we talked to the like chief down at Heimdall Port, and it was a little bit iffy towards Laura and Reen, but then everyone set him straight. We got down here, we kind of cruised through the passages, not too much of a difficulty, and next episode we're going to be taking this guy on and then getting our way out of these underground passageways, because we're going to need some fresh air in the next episode. But yeah, so if you enjoyed this episode, make sure to hit that like button. If you are enjoying Chosen Cold Steel Let's Play, make sure to subscribe as well. If you're a fan of JRPGs or just RPGs in general, make sure to subscribe as well, because hey, that's what I'll be doing on this channel. I've got a few projects lined up, so hopefully you guys are looking out for those and are looking forward to them as well. But yeah, with all that PSA out of the way, this is xdeadlysmoorex, and I shall see you guys next time.